So for quite a while now, I've been wanting to modify my helmet to have a light. So, what do I need? Well, I need a light. Got this in? This should fit nicely on there. And it looks so funny. I love that. Oh my god, I love it. Well, now how do I mount that? I need a little bracket. So, I printed that. Went to a friend's house and printed it on his fancy little 3D printer. It's like a MakerBot, but it was like a cheap knockoff of one, so it's cheap enough to afford. That should fit right there. We'll pop that rivet off. And it should bolt on. Like that. Now, how are we going to power that light? We need a battery. We need a lithium-ion battery. So, I grabbed some lithium cells from my box of lithium batteries. And I said, let's get 3 packs of these, or actually 6 cells, of these Panasonic CGR 18650E cells. These are supposedly 2500 milliamp hours each. And they don't seem to be all that old either, so they might actually be near that capacity. We'll have them all in parallel so that we don't have to worry about balance charging. So that'll be, if there's at their specified capacity, there should be about 15 amp hours, I believe. Yeah, about 15 amp hours. Now, how are we going to run this 12 volt motorcycle headlight off of a 4 volt battery? Well, we have 4.2 volts in, 12 volts out. Full circuit board costs $1.50 from China. And I even got one of these. It's a little voltmeter so I can see what the voltage is. That's pretty cool. I'll have this on this side so we can see what the voltage of the battery will be. And then, in a future upgrade, we can have where we can charge this via a solar panel that I have. And I'll have a little charge controller. But until now, I'll just have 2 wires coming out and I can charge it with my IMAX B6, just like a regular lithium-ion battery. I just want to get this working for now. I figure these cells can stay in this kind of configuration but curved a little bit so they can be on the back to help balance out the helmet. And this thing's pretty light, so this all shouldn't be too heavy. Maybe, probably less than a whole pound, you know what I mean? I'd say the first thing to do is get the bracket on. In order to do the bracket, we have to take off this rivet. So let's take out the foam. It shouldn't be too hard. This is just a cheap helmet, so it's not too hard. They couldn't even be bothered to put glue on there. They just put tape on there. Ah, well. That's China for you. So in here we have our fiberglass or whatever. I really don't know what this is. I guess we'll find out. There are some ends to that rivet, so I guess I can just pop that off with my pocket knife. Okay, there we have this on there, so I can drill a hole through both of them. Because I figure if I drill through both the bracket and the piece at the same time, it probably can't get out of whack then, you know? And so there we go. We have that on there. Pretty easy to connect that on there. Yep. Just gonna grab my bolt. Looks like it's leaning too far forward, but I don't know. It might be okay. It might actually need to be forward more. Looks like there's going to be some extra room back there, so maybe I can stuff the circuit board and switch back there. Yeah. Pretty shittily made. Oh well. Oh, it finally came off. So we have one big LED back here, which is 10 watts, and I believe several other ones that are, I believe, also add up to about 10 watts. So we have like a 20 watt bulb, actually. It's pretty cool. There should be enough room in the back to allow one of the switches to come out the side. So I say let's drill on the side. Like right there or so. And there we go. Let's see if this will fit in there. Oh, look at that. Good enough. Now before we really button this thing up, I want to make sure the circuit board actually does take 4.2 volts and turn it into 12 volts. So I took one of these cells, and I have it charging for, I'd say, 25 minutes over here. In order to get it up to 4.2 volts, it's taking 4.4 amps. So a little toasty, but it's okay. Yeah, I just have the solar panel running into the car battery, and the car battery running into the IMAX B6. And it's at 3.82 volts. It's not too bad. I'll take this. Yellow is positive, so that goes here. Green is negative, so that goes here. $11.96 volts, not too bad. I bet if we take this and connect it onto there, it should light up. Oh, awesome, look at that. And the final bit is this little voltmeter, which displays it nicely. It says, oh, it actually moved the decimal over, so it's 3.82 volts. That's great to know the actual second decimal point. And then it only pulls 18 milliamps of current. That's not too bad. I mean, it could be better, but whatever. Not bad for like $1.50. I ripped some wires off an old power supply, so those will be good for the main 4-volt power going into it. Then, of course, this little meter will be wired up on that side too, but this will probably be on the outside of the thing, so I'll probably want to have that coming through, and I can just solder that up later. Now let's solder this light onto this side. So we have, just take that. This should be pretty simple, just both negatives going to the negative on the output and both positive going to the positive on the output. And then I'll probably end up cutting this wire right here so that I can hook it through the switch that I have on the lamp now. Okay, so we have it all connected up, and that's, oh. Well, it works, but I put it on the wrong way. Oh, well. I can probably just twist this around. That's probably not a problem. I wanted it to be when up, it's on, you know. Now the final bit is adding this, and I think I might want to just glue it on the side back here. I think that'd probably be best. Or actually, you know what? I'll just put it on the back. Ah, that'll be a good idea. So I won't have to drill a new hole for the wires. I'll just stuff these wires through here. I'll wrap these wires around here, and we just solder them up. So now, I'm just going to push this into here. I think I can twist this around to make all the wires lay flat. Make sure nothing's popping about. Okay, and there we go. Connect up the negative. And runs off 4.2 volts. And we should have this. Awesome. So there we have it. I put some tape over the wire to keep it in place, and then I melted some acetone, I melted some ABS plastic with some acetone and made some acetone glue, which should work okay for now. And then I've decided, you know what? My friend has a 3D printer. I'm pretty sure he'll let me print a nice little battery holder. So instead of wasting these really nice Panasonic cells on this project, at least right now on the project, I think I'm just going to grab 2 of these, like this, just tape them on there, and just solder up directly, just to get it to work. And then I can spend time making a nice little 3D printed battery cell holder on the back so you don't have to have the tape on there. I think that'd probably be a better idea. Also, I kind of want to get it done so I can actually use it. You know what I mean? And there we go. Oh no. Oh, this battery isn't charged. That's why. Forgot about that. I bet if we connect up the voltmeter, it'll read pretty low. 2.6 volts. Yeah, I think it's pretty low. So let's just let that battery charge for a little bit. Charging at 5 amps for my battery being charged from the solar panel. Oh, and also we'll get to see what kind of, how much capacity it has. I bet it has about 9 to 11 amp hours of capacity. Because these cells are pretty old. I think they're from like 2004 or so. Unfortunately, I had to relocate the charger because the battery just wasn't cutting it and the sun went down, so I didn't want to kill my battery. It got about 2 amp hours into it, and well, now it's gotten 8 amp hours into it, and it's still pulling 1.6 amps. That's quite a bit. But let's check out the light. Oh man, that works pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Let's check the voltage. Aha, 4.03 volts when under load. That's pretty good. Quite happy with that. Okay, so I have it on now, and oh my god, the balancing is so perfect. I was actually wanting it to bounce a little forward anyway. Ah, shit, the sprinkler is on my solar panels. Ah, well, whatever. I grab my shoes that I can see so easily. This isn't bad at all. It looks so like dim in the light, but that's pretty nice. I like this quite a bit. This will make putting stuff away pretty easy. Unfortunately, it's a very diffuse light, so it's not very directional. I can see up to about, I'd say about 40 feet or so. But the camera definitely can't see very far. I may see about putting a lens on the front to help make it a slight more directional. It'd be pretty nice. Ugh. Well guys, I deem that a success. So it's now been a week and I've been using this new helmet and I've been enjoying it quite a bit. I find it works very well, it's balanced very nicely, and it just has a very nice feel to it. It lights up quite well. It's a little bit too dispersed to where at night it only illuminates around me with that, I'd say within 30 feet. I can see reflective signs up to like 300 feet away though, so that's pretty good. But I kind of wish it was a little narrower, a little more focused, so that'd be interesting. Also, the battery is a bit low. It only lasts maybe 3 hours of battery life, so that factors into about 2 days of commuting. Oh well, I can upgrade that later. And these cells that I used, I didn't test them at all, so they're probably pretty low. Oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, thanks for watching. See ya!